Before we talk about how many cold calls you need to make in order to earn six figures, I want you guys to listen to this absolutely brutal hang up I had recently where this guy put me in a body bag 100 feet below the ground. Check this out.
Good afternoon. This is Sam.
Hey, Sam. This is Trent from Qualtrics. How are you?
I'm okay, Trent. What are you selling today?
That's great to hear, Sam. Well, hey, the reason I was giving you a call is I was following up on a couple of recent emails I had sent you. Does the name Qualtrics ring a bell?
It does not, and you can stop sending the emails if you like.
Absolutely. Well, before I let you go, Sam, I noticed you oversee the HR vision and strategy over there at Christner, and was just wondering if employee engagement or feedback collection was a priority for you or the team this year in 2021.
Yeah, I appreciate your call. Thanks.
So it sounds like employee experience isn't a priority this year, or I absolutely don't want to waste your time.
Are you really? Yeah, you are wasting my time now. Goodbye.
Well, thanks for the time, Sam. Have a great day.
I'm not sure what's more unflattering, the current angle we are recording in because I want to write on this board, or that prospect's attitude. That was brutal. I'm going to turn it around right now. That was a very simple calculation to verbalize. The more you call, the more money you make. I started my software sales career 3.5 years ago as a sales development representative. I've made 4K. 44,000 cold calls to date. I want to put it on this board. I wanted to break down how much have I earned per call. I've had a lot of different roles as an early SDR, mid-level SDR, senior SDR, promoted up to an account executive. Now I'm an account executive level 5, working big accounts with a $200,000 on target earning. I'm going to break down in the year 2020, last year, depending on the time you're watching this video. I worked from home legitimately almost the entire year I believe. I was a senior sales development representative for 3 of the quarters and an account executive for Q4. So that of course can change your on target earnings, but I made 13,000 cold calls in 2020, okay? And I earned about $110,000. $110,000. That's a combination of base pay and commission pay from closing deals, generating pipeline. If you take 13,000 cold calls divided by $110,000 earnings, that means per call I earned roughly 12 cents. 12 cents per call in 2020, whether they answered, whether they hung up on me, whether I set the meeting or not. 12 cents per call. Go calculate what is your earnings per call, and then think about that and say, okay, if I make 10 calls, that's $1. I'm not really going to notice $1, but if I can have the discipline to make 20 calls more per day for every day of the year, what is that going to add up to over time? Stick around until the end of the video for more cold call best practices that will help you earn more in your sales job. But first, I want to make a deal with you. If I make one of these 8 cornhole bags into the cornhole hole over there, you have to drop a like on this video below. I just made 2 bags at once. Drop a like, comment, and subscribe. I am prepared to share with you the sales formula that's helped me increase my income from $50,000 a year to $200,000 a year. It's not a secret. Check out the piece of paper right now. If your sales goal is to close revenue, book demos, generate pipeline, you can use this formula to reverse engineer how many calls you need to make in order to hit your target. Let's say you're trying to book meetings. And in order to book meetings, you need to generate pipeline. It starts with making calls. Let's say you make 1,000 calls in a month. Ask yourself, what is your answer rate? Answer rate. Your answer rate should be around 8%, but I'm gonna say it's 7% for the sake of this demo right here, 7%. So you would take 1,000 calls times 0.07%. That means you're having 70 live convos. Of those 70 live convos, what is your set rate? Your set rate should be 15%. Set rate, 15%. That means of those 70 conversations, you're gonna set 15% of them. So we'll do 70 times 0.15 equals, you're gonna set 10.5 meetings. Of those 10.5 meetings you set, what is your show rate? Your show rate should be around 90%. excuse me, we're gonna say 80% for the sake of this example because I think that's a little bit more realistic. So if the show rate's 80%, that means 0.8 people are gonna show to those meetings. So that means you are going to host 8.4 live meetings. Of those live meetings, what is your conversion rate? So the percentage of meetings that actually convert to a qualified opportunity, that, in my experience, should be upwards of 90%. So conversion rate should be 90%. So that means of those 8.4 completed meetings, your conversion rate should be 0.9%. So that means 7.56 qualified opportunities per 1,000 calls. So if you ask yourself, I have 24 hours in a day, I work 5 days a week, how many people, prospects, do you need to find on a daily basis to be able to make enough calls to reach your goals? And then when you look at your goals and your targets and you hit 150% of quota, that means you're going to generate $110,000 a year, so you're going to make 12 cents per call. And if you say, I want to double my income, then you got to take all of these numbers and just multiply them by 2. I believe hitting quota is a conscious decision. Once you do the math, you realize sales is a numbers game. It's all about volume and it's all about execution. And each day you have to ask yourself, are you going to put in the necessary levels of activity and action to get it done? And the question is much easier to ask than it is to answer. If you're still wondering, well, Trent, I get all that, but I don't actually know what to do, I have many other cold calling videos on the channel that I encourage you to go check out. The other tip that you can take away, everyone says, Trent, what is best practice? What do you recommend to new reps? Talking so fast I'm out of breath. As I'm getting on the elevator, this is what you do. I'm not sure if the video is still gonna be going on in a moment, but it's dark outside. This is what I do. I realize I'm not the most talented, I'm not the most skilled, I'm not the best looking, I'm not the funniest, I'm not the most entertaining, and all that's okay. But I am willing to show up early and leave late. It's gonna be dark outside. Get to the office first, leave the office last. You do that for enough days in a row, all of a sudden you'll start to really trend well towards your numbers. You'll get your activity up and you'll start to hit your quota on a consistent basis. You'll start to make the levels of money you wanna make and you'll be happy. So if you enjoyed this video, leave a like now, subscribe to the channel for more sales videos. Talk to you in the next video. Bye.